Welcome to a lesson with Dr. Powell. Let's take a look at an example of finding a minimum collection of vectors among these column vectors right here that span the range of this matrix function under the column interpretation. Okay, so what we do is we just do row operations to find the reduced row echelon form. So we already have a 1 up here in the corner, and we airdrop, we multiply this by -1, airdrop onto that row. And we're going to do the same thing to this bottom row, airdropping by multiplying by -2. So this will become 1, 0, 1, 2, 0. The top still that. And as we come down, let's see. So we basically this minus that row. So we have a 0, a 1, and 2 minus 1 is just 1. 3 minus 2 is 1. And okay. The next step, we take this, multiply by -2, airdrop it on here. So we have a 0, and that doesn't change that guy. Let's see, so -2 and -1 would be -3. And let's see, -2 and 2 would be -4, and 3 would be -1. And then we have 0 coming down, it's just 1. Okay, great. Now we go to, okay, so now we're done with this first column, 1, 0, 0. Now we go to the next column. The goal is to get a 1 in this position. We have a 1 in that position already. Now as we go up so now we can airdrop up and down to make zeros here and here, but we already have a 0 here, so we just airdrop down. So we airdrop down, multiplying this row by 3 to work against this guy. And so then we obtain 1, 0. Okay, so we have the top row stays the same, and right here we just have that. The middle row stays the same as well, and then right here that's a 0. Then we have 3, and that's a 0 again. Then we have 3 minus 1 becomes a 2, and then that just stays 1 right there. Okay. Now let's see what we can do in this case. That's a 0 there, right there. Okay, now we see what we can do. Right now, as we keep going, notice that this is already a pivot because below it is up and down is zeros and to the left of it is zeros. This is also a pivot, up and down is zeros and to the left of it is zeros. So we now have 2 pivots. Now, we're working in R3 as the codomain. The codomain, what comes out of this is R3. The most we could have is 3 potential pivots. In fact, it looks like, so in this row, is there a possibility? We can't choose this guy as a pivot because to the left of it, we don't have a 0. And we can't do a column operation to make it 0. Here, though, this guy better be we can turn it into a pivot. But the only way of doing that is dividing this by 2. So that would be 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, and so what we do is we just divide this row by 2, so we have a 1 and we have a half right here. Okay. Then we have a 1, 0, and we have a 1. Yeah, okay. 1, 2, 0, 0 like that. Okay, now we can use this one right here to go to airdrop going up. All right, so as we airdrop going up, let's see what we need to do. We need to multiply this by a -1 up to that guy and multiply it by a -2 to go to the top. What that's going to do is that's going to clear out this column. So let's rewrite it again right here. 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, and then we have a 1, and above it, those are going to clear out as we do these airdrops. But here, that's really where the real work is done right here. We have a 1/2 on the bottom. And as we come up, that's going to be a -1/2. And then right here, -2 times a half would be -1 as we come up there, -1. Okay, notice we have our 3 pivots. All right, up and down is zeros, and to the left is zeros. Okay, so we have, these are the positions then of the vectors that will span. So we can use this one, and this one. And these three vectors right here are enough to span the range. Thanks for watching.